I guess, yeah. That's the main thing. Don't miss with any pistol shots. I'm in such a haze. Alright. Blame the machinist. Alright, that's even way more health than last time. Oh, it's very slow, though. No, I can still time it. At least on this phase. And probably this one. Yeah, that's fine. could probably even hit when he's right here. Can I throw a couple of these on? Well, now, this time he didn't go low. Messed up. We gotta get this phase over with in a hurry. Nope. No, God, please. If I had more flares. Did I not even... Did I not switch apps? I'll make sure I switch apps next time. I feel like I might not have. I think I need... No, I kind of want to save the gun for the phase after that, I guess. Maybe I can get away with, like, one gunshot there. Yeah, exactly. The first phase with the tri-laser shouldn't be so scary that I need to start, like... that I need to get the phase over with as fast as possible. The way I do for, like, the final phase. Come on! They're really screwing me over for this one. They've been so gentle in the past. Oh! That was never a problem before. Oh. Ah, right into him. right there. This is fine now. Cool. Right, first thing that happens is the... yeah. Okay. Okay, now is the grand everything, right? Very tense. And now I angry face. I angry face. Thank you. Thank you very much for the bits. Congratulations, you have cleared the Eg-Lana ruins. Hurry up and escape. I will if you give me full health. Full health? Ba 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 da ba ba. Oh. 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 Goodbye, Grail, for one thing. Save points. It's very welcome. And full health is also very welcome. Alright, this shouldn't be too hard. There's no timer. I was expecting a timer, because there was a timer in the first game. Not that way. Oh, not that way either. Up the ladder. Up the ladder? Up the ladder. The face is back to normal. It doesn't really look dangerous enough to be the right way. Hey, wait a minute. This place doesn't have an up exit. Why am I going up? Well. Why don't I just follow the red Death Lightning? Spike. Mulbrook. Save Mulbrook. Escape with Mulbrook. Doesn't she have a back door to her place? We can just use to leave? No. Yeah, I also have no more maps. I knew that was there. I did. I think that's the way out. Oh, can I go throw myself off the cliff now? Oh, can I go throw myself off the cliff? Is that how one beats La-Mulana at its own game? Throw yourself off a cliff? I also don't remember where the cliff was. I want to say Darth Vader... Try going a different way. He says no. No time for bats. I can't think of a way out of here. I mean, there's several exits to other areas. I'm just trying to think, like, how do you leave? I know. I have to believe. That's how you get out. The map does show exits, but they don't show me where they go. There can't be an exit on the upside of Immortal Battlefield. That would be impossible. I get one wrapped around my face. All right. We're back to the boat. I don't see an exit, like, unless I'm gonna go up Rainbow Road? Heimdall's Rainbow Road? That way up. I see. I did miss that email. Says the rooms themselves are trembling in fear. Just like what happened with La-Mulana, except without a time limit, thankfully. I did forget that this was here. I thought that the thing on the map that was like, hey, you can go up here. I'm like, you can't go up there. You can only go down there. Marg. Not that one. Listen, you. I remembered to come up here and save them, right? Oh my god. Oh, he's not okay. Can I have that? Oh, I wanted it. So my brother has passed on. We have sacrificed many a life for the sake of the sealing of Eg-Lana. Now I am able to witness the end of Eg-Lana with my own eyes. This is enough. Please escape this place with your life, even though I have room in my inventory for you. I have one... Whoops. Please don't worry about me. Go on and live. Oh, fine. But I do have room. She could be a sub-weapon. She could be an outfit. I have so many outfit slots. Hey. It is free loot. Let's call a spade a spade. And that was like the equivalent of a +8 spade. I even have spade mastery. Not that way. Although I never figured out that thing. Mad. You're kidding. It is, of course, a thing. You guys might not know about it. It is a thing. Oh, good. Oh, good. So where are you now? We made it to La-Mulana ruins. The gate on the side collapsed just now. Samaranta has arrived, but nothing can be done yet. We're in danger too. Sorry, we've got to escape. Just find a way out of the ruins and you should be okay. Should be a path to the outside somewhere. Don't give up. Get out of there. Okay. Can't I just move that with my might? I have might, right? Lady, I'm trying to get out of here. I thought I fought Scold. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so now I actually have to think. They kind of, like, led me to the entrance there, but I think you're supposed to solve this part of, like, how do you get out? And it's fling yourself off cliff. I am pretty sure. Did I not write it down? Was it in Immortal Battlefield? Was it in... Divine Force? No. Shrine of Frost Strength? No. Okay, it seems like I did not write down, I don't think I wrote down there is a cliff here. Anywhere. I'm assuming that's where I have to go? Eggs? No, that's not it. If you want, you guys can tell me. Because I actually don't... I should have written it down. Eggs? No, no, that's not it. Look at the map of the Immortal Battlefield. In a room and went down. I've done that countless times in my life. Could have counted? No. They haven't... They haven't come up with numbers that high. They're working on it still. They got computers that do that. They've got computers that count how many times I've gone down when I could have gone right. Squid, I don't have time for this. Look around you. It wasn't here. Oh, is it that exit to the... Oh. It's actually on the map. Kind of. No. Cannot go up. Darn. Oh, up here. This is it. Yep, I knew you were here. Person, skull lady, person. Oh! Good thinking. I was just gonna jump off and hope for the best. Congratulations, and now we run across the plains. The cliffs. The cliff plains. Cliff Plainsinski. Yeah, now I have to fight them to keep my treasures. I'm the hero of this tale, not you. I'm waiting to see. Hey, that's cool. So I found out for La-Mulana 1 that you... Thank you, Aunt Garrett, for the sub. Rewards for a well-deserved victory. Thank you. In the first game, the people that show up during the ending to run next to you depends on what you did or didn't do during the game. Red Sail, yeah, we just did. Well, obviously. If it were not clear from the scrolling names and the fairies. Go again? I could. Oh. Oh, she made it out through magic. If you could teleport, why didn't you teleport me? I'm just saying. Rude is what it is. No. No, I didn't. I think tomorrow I will do a short stream tomorrow and finish up EG, which I had meant to do a while ago. Oh, what are you... Oh, he was making a move. Moment of release and long live the Queen. Just under 67 hours. Ugh. So while I did enjoy the last boss fight, and I enjoyed it more than La-Mulana 1, most of this game I didn't really like. And the other day I this is just back to the... Oh, no. Okay. More credits. Or something. Kamul? He's bald again. No toupee. Chased by the ladies. Oh, that's his thing. They're rebuilding it. I see.
I will not falter.
Jay Frisbee, thanks for the follow. Easier to start than one, and assumes you played one and were good at it. There we go. As I was starting to say, a couple days ago, I randomly had a memory of a game that I once played. There's this website called J Is Games. Starting to... that is true, and I wouldn't, I mean, it's late now, so. jisgames.com. It still exists. I went and looked. I was surprised to see that. We're just gonna sit here so it doesn't keep looping. It's like a blog where people would, post flash games, right? Flash games from around the internet. Mostly room escape games, right? Like, you know, where the puzzles would be kind of like this, where there would be like either a math puzzle or a something else puzzle or, you know, creative thinking puzzle. And there was one in particular, it wasn't very good, but I for some reason remember it. It was very short. It was called Blue Chamber. The whole entire puzzle is you're in a room, the door is locked. You have a J Is Games t-shirt? Wow. So a bunch of people have heard of that site. Interesting. Blue Chamber. You're in a room, the door is locked. There's a like pneumatic tube with a capsule in it that you can put something in and then push the button to send it. And the only other things in the room, after you explore it real quick, are there's a telephone and there's a pen, paper, and a 10,000 yen note hidden behind a painting, and that's it. You use the pen on the paper, and the character writes the words, "Help me." You put that paper inside the capsule, send it up the pneumatic tube, press the button, it comes back, and someone has drawn a skull on it. The puzzle, the only puzzle in the whole game, is that you're supposed to dial on the phone, you know, whatever, 435, whatever, HELP star ME. When you do, it rings, someone picks up and says, okay, and then you put the 10,000 yen bill in the capsule and send it up the pneumatic tube, and he sends back a key, and you use the key to open the door, and you're done. There are many problems with that game. with, like, one being that phone numbers don't have stars in them. Just throwing that out there. Two being a skull doesn't really look like an asterisk. It might have been a skull and crossbones, and it's like, that's still not very close to a star. There's also the fact that why does the person who has the key to the room and presumably locked you in there and presumably put the 10,000 yen bill in there? Why is he sitting next to a phone where the phone number is HELP star ME and he's not willing to let you out if you send him a note that says help me, but he is willing to let you out if you call him on the phone? And his phone number just happens to be almost exactly what you wrote on the note. And instead of telling you the number that he wants you to call, he writes a skull on there. Even with all those problems, the larger problem is that there's really no, like, clearly he thought of that puzzle, where he's like, I'll give them something that they're supposed to type into a phone, and the twist is one of the numbers is a star. And then there's nothing to lead you up to that. Like, the only thing you can do is just make the leap of logic. It doesn't, like, if you were to unfairly compare it to Outer Wilds, which is like the best puzzle adventure game out there, in Outer Wilds, they go through, even though they're like, okay, we know what the final puzzle is, here it is. They have a whole gigantic web of things where they're like, we think you'll find this piece of information on your own, because we put it somewhere where it's obvious, and it's going to point you toward looking somewhere else and learning something new. And that's going to point you towards somewhere else, so it's going to learn something new. And I feel like this game leaned way more in the Blue Chamber side of things, where they're like, we have an idea for a puzzle, you're gonna have to figure out which of these lights go on which of these eyes, and turn this head to a certain thing. And then there was very, very little of an idea of, here's where we want the player to go. We want them to learn this information and build their way to the end of the puzzle. So that, like, La-Mulana 1 had the same kind of thing where there were a lot of hints that you would go, oh, that's obvious in retrospect. And it's like, well, if most of your puzzles, like, hints towards your puzzles are obvious in retrospect, it means that there is no, like, there isn't that, like, witness quality to it, or Baba is you quality to it, where you go, this is where they're gonna learn something, they're gonna realize this, and then they're gonna have the aha moment. And I guess I just like those types of games better in terms of puzzles, ones where the author has decided the path that you're going to walk, or one of the paths you're going to walk, and has crafted it so that you get the correct aha moment at the right time. And I feel like this game did not do that at all, like, even a little bit. So many of the puzzles were, okay, there's a thing on the other side of the world that has a picture of what this room would look like if you had solved the puzzle. It's like, I think it goes beyond that. Like, when I could look right at something that was telling me what to do for a puzzle that I had seen, but I would have no reason to think that that was part of the answer. Because that's the other problem. I might have actually enjoyed this quite a bit if it had been about a third of the size. If you went, okay, there's only the 3 maps, and there's difficult, obscure puzzles, but only 20 of them instead of 60. Because when you have them spread so far apart, and when you have so many different overlapping puzzles, it's like, I could see that, yeah. Intention of the first game was to replicate the experience they remember from their childhood, where the hints that games gave were kinda incomplete due to hardware limitations. Obviously it's fine if people like the game. I'm confused by it, but it's obviously okay. No, shoot, what was I starting to say? If it had been the same type of game, but only a third the size, so that there weren't quite so many overlapping puzzles, or if they had found a way to, it wouldn't have really been appropriate, I guess, but to go, like, to segment the game into, this is what you're doing in this part of the game, and then that chapter is going to end, and then you're going to be on the second chapter of the game. You're not going to have to go back. It's similar to what they do for, like, Monkey Island, where you get to a point where you go, you've solved all of the Chapter 1 puzzles in the Chapter 1 areas, and we're going to remove you from that area. And now you're in the second area, and you may have brought over some necessary items from the first area, but there's nothing that you're hanging on to that's like, yep, you just still have this. It's not used ever again. It was only for the first area, but you just still carry it around. Or here's this location that you can keep going back to. It was only ever relevant for the first chapter of the game, but you can keep going back there and pointlessly interacting with things that are all red herrings now, and you don't know it. You watch someone else who played 1 and then eventually they hated 1 and loved 2. Or they played 1 and eventually 2. They hated 1 and loved 2. Yeah, no. I think I might like La-Mulana 1 more just because it's shorter, or it felt shorter, that there just isn't as much room to go places and be wrong. There's that. Yeah, I mean, if you're that's the other thing. People don't have to make games that are for me. It was when I watched Marsted's playthrough of Outer Wilds, and he liked it. He loved it. He liked it maybe even more than I did. But at the same time, he was like, "Oh, well, maybe they should change this at the beginning and that at the beginning, and do these other things so that the game will be more like approach." He was like sympathetic to the fact that there are people that might play the game for like half an hour or an hour and not realize the type of game it is, like what the core gameplay of the game is. Like, they're just, well, I wandered around, and then I died, and then, you know, there were some images, and then I got in my spaceship, and I flew into the sun. You're not supposed to do that. So I flew and landed on this other planet, and walked around, and they didn't find anything or any people. And they were like, oh, well, alright, I don't get it. And then uninstall. And he was like, you know, there's these things that they could change the experience. And I'm like, don't change anything. Like, they made it for me. Like, I want to enjoy it. Make the game that I would enjoy. Don't make it more broad to appeal to more people. And so I would never say, like, they should have made this game different so that I would like it. Because that's not how it works. True. Could have been, I mean, to be playing it for a couple of hours every couple of days, spreading a play, you know, across a couple of months. As someone who kickstarted both Mighty Number 9 and a ska album by a band whose previous album was named This Is Us, and then during production of the Kickstarter album said, we're not ska anymore. Just completely changed musical genres. Terrible. Terrible to do during a Kickstarter. General design of 2 to 1, because I felt that like there was a much smaller quantity of truly obtuse puzzles. That's mainly based on your own impression of getting stuck a lot in La-Mulana 1, but solving this game almost entirely by yourself. I see. Yeah, I think I might have a better impression of the game if I had stumbled upon more solutions instead of needing help or needing to look them up. More comprehensive note-taking might have helped with that, or it might not have. I'm not sure. Like, for me, this would instantly be a more enjoyable game, but less enjoyable for everyone else, if they put in the ship from Outer Wilds, where you could just look at a control panel and go, these are all of the things that you know. Remember when we saw all of these things? This is how they're connected. It's like, that would obviously ruin the game. Like, it would ruin the type of mysteries and puzzles that they're giving you, but I would like it more. I also really didn't like in La-Mulana 1, I really didn't like the getting zapped by walls for hitting them. They seem to have toned that down in here because there would be eyes that would like close after you finish. Like, it made it way more obvious that the reason there's an eye in this room is kind of to let you know that there is a puzzle here, probably, or there is something you're supposed to notice here. And once you've gotten it, the eye is going to shut off. That helped a lot. But at the same time, the thing that I hated more is that this seemed to have more instant deaths. And the instant deaths bugged me. The number of times that I got squished. Yeah, I did watch the No-Clip documentary. I actually fired it up and played a bunch of other times. I went and got the achievement for landing on the sun station. which took a while. That was like an entire night. That was a good 4 hours of flying into the sun until I got it. Text tracks with unlimited memory and search. That would be a fair compromise. I guess, yeah. If there was too much, like, if you really had, like, 300 tablets in there, though, and there was something that you didn't have a keyword for, just the idea of browsing through all of them would annoy me. I think it just comes down to the idea of having a giant, sprawling collection of obscure puzzles just doesn't appeal to me. Right, yeah. It definitely, there was that, too. Early on, like, early on in La-Mulana 1, I had a pretty terrible time, too, because I didn't find the Grail immediately. And if you don't have the Grail, like, everything is miserable. You have hardly any health, so if something's about to kill you, you're like, well, I'm gonna have to try and make the trek back to the surface so I can heal up. And I might die along the way. It really, really hampered exploration. Even if... Oh, man, the time that I lost, like, an hour of progress because I was like, oh, what's this thing? I can put a weight here. And I put a weight there, and the walls came up. And I'm like, well, I'm trapped in here forever now. I have no choice but to restart the game and lose everything. Oh, man. Yeah, that would... That probably would also help. If there was some way that you could narrow down the information that you had to look at to say you don't need this anymore. Although the game would kind of have to be psychic. It would have to know, like, when you were actually done with something. Anyway, that is it for La-Mulana 2. Never thought I'd be saying those words. I guess tomorrow will be a short stream. It might only be an hour or so to beat E.G. Pacifist off of my save file where I'm already at the 10th chapter. And then Tuesday we'll see. I think it might be The Great Perhaps. I got that bought and installed. Hard mode, never.